Guess what? I once made a person disappear. That's right. Let me tell you about it. Hey, Taco, you got anything to say? Taco's pretty much becoming a great co-star here. Pixie's over there not giving a crap. So I made a person disappear once. I'm not going to say the word because a lot of platforms, they police that. No, but here's the kicker. Nobody actually disappeared. I made myself disappear. My real name is Gerald False. I used to be a very interesting person. Not to say I'm not interesting now, but interesting in the wrong ways when I was younger. I had a rough childhood. Not an excuse for anything. I've overcome that. But I had a very rough childhood. In some aspects. Other aspects, it was pretty cool. This is a story everybody had. But I married my wife of 37 years. I started down the path to becoming who I am now. I went into the military during Desert Storm, or right before Desert Storm, actually. I was in there during Desert Storm and Desert Shield. Got out. I traveled the world. I went and lived in Germany for 2 years. I lived in England for 3 years. I lived in Louisiana, several places. Texas, several places. California, a few places. Lived in Colorado. Lived, like I said, in Germany and England. Did a lot of traveling, did a lot of searching, and I became the person I am today. And the final hoop, the hurdle that I had to go through is I killed Gerald False and became Aben Crawford, the guy you know now. Even at work and in everything that I do, people know me as Aben Crawford. If anybody asks, who is Gerald False? Because they'll see my driver's license or something like that, because I never legally changed my name. I'll just say that's my agent or that's my lawyer. But the truth is, I became Aben Crawford. It was just to take a step away from who I used to be, which is I had a hair trigger temper. I was very violent. I was not a pleasant person. And I had to kill all that to become the peace-loving person I am today. The fun guy that I am today. Now, what does this have to do with anything? Well, this is why I started this channel. You see, in my 57 years on this planet, I've done a lot. I've been an athlete. Even at 57, I try to, take care of myself, got some guns. I kind of like the old man, but kind of jacked aesthetic. But I learned about how to do this with my body. I learned how to eat to get this. I learned things to do in society that get you shunned or that will get you welcomed. I have all of this. I love the outdoors. I love my bows. I love my guns. These are all things that I have built up over a lifetime. And that's what this channel is for, is to share that stuff. I also dabble in philosophy, Aben's philosophy, the philosophy of Aben. And this stuff involves the 4 tenets, soon to have a 5th tenet of ways that I live my life. I'm going to talk about that on this channel. But this is what I'm trying to bring here. I know that this is a bit of a late intro because I've already started a few of these videos, but that's what I'm aiming for here. Not to preach, just to talk about where I come from, what I've done, and how maybe you can employ some of the things that I've done. Truth is, I'm going to tell you straight out, I consider myself a dumbass. I don't consider myself special in many or any ways, actually. What do I do for a living? I am audio engineer and composer for the Museum of Natural Sciences in Raleigh. I say that because that's what I do, not that anything that I say here is me, not the museum. I want to put that out there straight. So I compose the soundscapes. I compose the music we use. I do voiceovers for the museum. When we have exhibits that have sound, I'm in on the exhibit design. That's what I do for a living, and it's great. Also, I go on expeditions. Now that's something I'm going to talk about too. In my personal life, I am a hobbyist solo musician. Why do I say hobbyist? Because I can't pay my bills with it. It pays for a lot of itself, but luckily I have a great day job in the arts that pays for me to have a hobby in the arts. I already said I love my bows. I love bow hunting, bow fishing. I love going out to the woods just to be in the woods. I love my guns. I'm a 2A absolutist. So what was I talking about with the whole expedition thing? Well, I go on expeditions. my team at the museum are the documentarians of the museum. So Dr. Roland Kays, the head of our biodiversity lab, has set up an expedition that starts at the end of this month that going to retrace the Lewis and Clark expedition, with the focus being on that they took a lot of detailed notes on the wildlife along their course. Well, since the Lewis and Clark expedition, a lot of these animals became endangered. Some came near to maybe extinct, but then there's been a resurgence of some of these animals. So what we're doing along this path is retracing how the animals are doing today, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. My part, I'm on the second leg of the trip for my team. My team has broken it up into 4 legs so that we have coverage of the museum, of course. So my leg is going to be really cool because we'll be canoeing down the Missouri River. We'll be doing all kind of fun stuff. Now, I'm going to be documenting that for this channel, for you guys out there. Now, I'm not going to be documenting what Roland's doing. I'm not going to be documenting the museum side of it, just my side of what's going on out there, because I want to separate the professional from what I do. So I'm not going to be talking about anything that Roland finds or anything. That's Roland's job, and my job to put it out there on his channel and the museum's channels. I'm going to be documenting, though, vlogging what I do out in there, out in the wilds, and not always in the wilds. We're going to also have some road trip stuff, but my leg has the long canoe trip, so it's going to be fun. Now, you know me a little bit better, and of course, I'm going to get deeper into all of this as we go, and why I feel like now's the perfect time for me to talk about some of this stuff. You know, we're just going to have some fun. So everybody out there, this is Aben Crawford. This is Monumentally Average. And let's have fun together. What say you? Cheers, y'all. Where's my co-host? Pixie. Taco. Pixie. Taco. Where's my 2 co-hosts? There we go. Hey, Taco. See y'all later.